on the Iranian regime. We will be instituting the highest level of economic sanction.
We'll tell you President Trump's decision on the 2015 Iran nuclear deal.
And we show you how to vote in next month's primary.
And we'll break down Iowa baseball's potential award-winning catcher as he leads the team into postseason.
And we'll check in on the track and field team to see how they're preparing for the Big Ten championships.
Sun, clouds, and rain. Oh my, your triple threat forecast coming up.
All that and more coming up on this Wednesday morning edition of DITV News.
Don't go anywhere. DITV News starts right now. Three U.S. prisoners held captive in North Korea are on the way back to the States. President Donald Trump tweeted the news this morning. He said that Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and the Americans are flying and will be at Andrews Air Base at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning.
The United States is parting ways from an agreement introduced by the Obama administration in 2015. President Trump announced Tuesday that the U.S. is pulling out of the Iran nuclear deal, withdrawing from the agreement, and will hurt Iran as it increases sanctions on its economy. The sanctions are also predicted to negatively impact the U.S. as gas prices will increase the average cost of gas, which is currently $2.81, already a significant increase from $2.35 a year ago.
A few weeks ago, the University of Iowa revealed the results of the 2017 Speak Out Iowa survey. This anonymous questionnaire deals with the struggle of sexual misconduct students face on campus. One finding from the survey showed that LGBTQ students at the UI are more likely to experience sexual misconduct than heterosexual individuals. In response to the findings, President of the University of Iowa, Bruce Harold, had this to say.
Which is we're sitting down with them, we've got to talk to them, listen to them. What do we need to do? I think if I were to propose or anyone to propose to them, it would be off the mark. So we're going to engage with them, talk with them. If anybody in the room or anybody listening to this has ideas of what we should do, let's go. We got an issue here. We're going to deal with it.
This topic isn't going away, and soon be sure to stick with DITV as we'll keep you updated on this story.
Did you know that voting for the primary elections in Johnson County has already begun? DITV News reporter Susanna Kloster shares with us what you should know about voting in this election.
Early voting began in Iowa City for the June primary elections in Johnson County on Monday. The Johnson County Auditor, Travis Wapert, spoke with me about everything you need to know about how the voting process works in the primaries.
Early voting will have double check-ins via mail 10 days before June 5th or the Saturday. So if you want an absentee ballot, you need to start requesting them now. Another thing that people should know is you're going to be asked for an ID. You do not need to provide it. If you don't, you're going to have to sign an oath, which is fine, but we are asking people to bring their updated IDs.
Travis also told us his thoughts on how the turnout for elections is expected to go so far.
Here in Johnson County, there's pretty much no real Republican race, so we're seeing a lot of crossover to the Democratic side. Now, what all that means is for people here in Johnson County, the only real hotly contested race, yes, there is a Democratic primary for Secretary of State, is the governor's office. In order for one of those people to win, they need to get 35% of the vote. I don't feel that's going to happen.
Reporting from the Johnson County Auditor's Office for DITV News, I'm Susanna Kloster.
To vote, you can go to the Auditor's Office located on 913 South Dubuque Street.
Iowa may have their primaries next month, but there are a few states which had their primaries last night, and the attention was all on the open U.S. Senator's position. The first state was Virginia, where the incumbent Senator Mike Machen won the Democratic seat, along with Patrick Morrisey winning the Republican side. Indiana incumbent Senator Joe Donnelly won uncontested and will face Republican Mike Braun. And finally, Ohio incumbent Senator Democratic Senator Sharon Brown will meet Republican James Renacci. The general elections in November will be crucial as Republicans currently have 51 seats while Democrats have 47.
The UI is facing scrutiny for its treatment of animals. An Ohio-based nonprofit group, Stop Animal Exploitation Now, have filed a complaint against the UI. Their claim is at least 244 animals in lab testing have died due to negligence. Executive director of the group, Michael Budke, has said, quote, "We monitor institutes that receive millions of dollars in grants closely. These are serious non-compliances. We want to make the universities change processes that are non-compliant," end quote. Be sure to read Odd Tombaz's full story in today's Daily Iowa newspaper.
Hancher just released their lineup for the 2018-2019 season. The venue will be hosting events including a lecture by longtime journalist Cookie Roberts and performances by Kristen Chenoweth, the Philadelphia Orchestra, among others. Also, the theatrical performances of Les Mis and the Jersey Boys will be taking the stage. Check out Hancher's website for more information about this season's lineup.
Lauren, I must say, Jersey Boys and Les Mis are up. Two of my favorite musicals ever.
I know, they're like the perfect ways to stay indoors, but who wants to stay indoors when the weather's been beautiful?
Well, I mean, this morning was a little bit dreary and graduation's coming up. Well, you have to take your photos early. Let's toss over to Jacob in the weather studio to give us the updates. Jacob?
Well, guys, unfortunately, I have some bad news for you. It's going to rain in the next couple of days, and then it'll get sunny, and then it'll get rainy again. Yet another weird forecast as Mother Nature throws us into another roller coaster this week. Today, we are looking at a high of 79 degrees with a 60% chance of thunderstorms later in the day. As we move into the night hours, Iowa City will cool down to 53 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Moving on to your 5-day forecast, Thursday's looking pretty hot with a high of 81 degrees and a low of 55 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Friday will be rolling in with partly rainy with potential rain showers with a high of 80 degrees and a low of 57. Saturday starts off your first official day of summer with an 80% chance of thunderstorms with a high in the lower 70s and a low in the upper 40s. So put that hammock away and grab that umbrella if you're going outside. Sunday starts off the summer right with a day of partly cloudy skies and a high in the lower 70s and a low in the at 50 degrees. And Monday rounds up your forecast with a delightful high in the upper 70s and a low in the upper 50s with mostly sunny skies. So be sure to enjoy the next few months of vacay, everyone, and don't forget to eat the delicious foods that we all know you deserve. That's all I have for you in the studio. Back to you guys.
And Iowa City West High School science teachers award a $3,000 grant. Caroline Walling is one of the 50 educators worldwide to receiving advocate grant by the Society for the Science in the Public.
The program aims to provide underrepresented and low-income students the opportunity to develop STEM products. Walling plans to use the grant while working with students in West High School's Summer Enrichment Program. Well, the Summer Enrichment Program is a way to stay inside, but the weather's been beautiful, so I want to know what's going on with Hawkeye sports.
That's right, Hawkeye baseball, we have that going on, so let's toss over to Natalie and Alexis in the sports studio to give us the latest.
Thanks, guys. That's right, Iowa baseball, there is one player that has been on the lookout this season.
Tyler Cropley leads the team. That's right, Natalie. Tyler Cropley leads the team in almost every offensive category and has the 5th best batting average in the Big Ten.
Taylor Van Fleet is standing by in our brand new Big Board studio with more. Taylor?
So remember a couple months ago when Hawkeye catcher Tyler Cropley was named to that Johnny Bench Award watch list? The watch list that recognizes the top all-around baseball catchers in the country? Well, it might be time to revisit that topic because this guy has absolutely dominated all season long. Cropley is leading the team in batting average, runs scored, total hits, doubles, and RBIs. 3 quarters into the season, Cropley has an incredible .383 batting average. He leads the team with 62 total hits, and he's got 9 home runs and 43 RBIs on the season. And let's not forget about his huge walk-off home run to take the series against 7th-ranked Michigan a couple weeks ago. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think this Hawkeye has a pretty good chance of being a finalist for receiving that prestigious Johnny Bench Award at the end of the season. And as we're nearing the end of the season, it will be interesting to see if Cropley can keep playing like he has been and help the Hawks make a dent in the Big Ten tournament and then the NCAA championships. Guys in the studio, back to you.
Cropley and the Hawks will look to continue their dominance as they finish off their season with 2 more series, first at Northwestern, then they play the Penn State Nittany Lions before postseason play begins.
That's right, and moving into track and field, last weekend the team was at the Drake Relays and did quite well. I caught up with these athletes earlier this week to see how they've been preparing for this big weekend.
This upcoming weekend, the Iowa track and field team will be heading to Bloomington, Indiana for the Big Ten Outdoor Championship. They will be returning 5 athletes this year from last year.
I'm really excited. I mean, this is the best that we've looked this entire season, so we're definitely peaking at the right time. We had a great Drake Relays, and everybody's coming off of the season feeling healthy, and I'm really excited about where we're at right now as a team. Both the men and the women have had some great workouts over the last couple of weeks. Being outside has helped after we've kind of had a rough spring, as everybody has had, but unfortunately for us, we're looking pretty good right now.
The Hawks currently lead the Big Ten with 7 events and 1 relay. And sophomore Laluga Tasaga, who won a title last year, is determined to make her mark this year in Bloomington.
Last year it was all about discus, and this time I'm feeling like I can get some points in 2 events. So I'm pretty much peaking in shot, and then we have disc where I'm still sitting at first. So if I can just hit that mark, I just have to watch my back because there's a lot of amazing girls in this conference. And if I do what I've been doing, then things will happen.
Well, first of all, we just got to stay loose and go in with a positive mindset and just, do what we've been doing all season. And as long as we go out and compete to our best of our ability, then, we can't worry about anybody else. We just got to do what we're capable of doing. And if we do that, we're going to see a lot of athletes in the final.
The top 48 athletes in each event are going to qualify for the NCAA West preliminary round in Sacramento, California that kicks off May 24th.
And then here all week in DITV Sports Studio, we've been covering the Iowa softball team and their appearance coming up in their Big Ten championship this weekend. But before that happens, we wanted to show off some bright spots in the not-so-bright season for the Hawks.
DITV's Nicole Tomasic caught up with one of the team leaders to see how she managed to keep their spirits up in a down year.
Senior Sarah Kurtz and her fellow senior teammates exemplified leadership qualities throughout their spring softball season. They did this by taking the younger players under their wing to teach them to be all-around good players with having great sportsmanship. She believes by always having a positive attitude while on the field, it will help her and her teammates have more successful outcomes in games.
And really pushing them to be the best every day. We really pride ourselves on really pulling for everyone no matter what class and what age. So I think we have a lot of strong upperclassmen leadership.
Kurtz believes that her team is more than capable of competing and beating the best teams in the country when they play the best that they can. After tough losses, she explains that by moving forward is one of her team's best strategies from learning from their mistakes.
So in a sport like baseball or softball where there is so much failure, I think the biggest thing is just bouncing back quick and remembering the good things. But especially for me and for my other teammates, reflecting back on the game, what you can do better, and then bouncing back for the next.
Senior Sarah Kurtz says that by having her team always working hard on the field and off the field, they will become even stronger together. She says practice is what makes perfect, and that is all what senior leader Sarah Kurtz hopes for after she graduates.
Well, that's it for us in the sports studio. Guys at the desk, back to you.
For DITV News, I'm Lauren Varell.
And I'm Sunny Zetz. Have a great day, Iowa City.